Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Beverly and today I'm starting a new thing, Fandom Fridays. I really want to get my nerd side out. I'm a collector of lots of Funko Pops and action figures and comics and all sorts of things, so I really just wanted to dedicate something to that. I've got a dog wriggling next to me, wanting his tummy scratched. So I'm just going to do that for a moment. And now we'll get to it. I have a list of 10 fandoms that I'm in. This was very difficult. There's a few crossings out, changing around, but these are like my mains. Number one, if anybody knows me, is Simon Pegg. I first met Simon Pegg when Shaun of the Dead was out. He was doing a tour of conventions and things like that with Nick Frost and Edgar Wright, and I met him doing that and he was lovely. I'm going to do a story time at some point about some of my favourite conventions and events I've been to. Simon Pegg is one of the loveliest, funniest, kindest, most wonderful people that you can ever meet. He's incredibly talented. I just love him. And it's strange, like when, I do fancy him, he's gorgeous, but it's more than that. I really admire him. His films and TV shows are just incredible. I first became a fan way back. He did a TV series, which was one of his first TV series, and it was a spin-off of a TV show that my mum and I really liked, and he played the boyfriend. So he was only in it now and again, and he was just like the comic relief, and I was like, who is that boy? He is cute. And kind of followed him from there. I've seen everything he's done, and I love him. I've met him multiple times. He always remembers me. Last time I saw him was on his book tour. Obviously it's hard to see him now, he's bigger, but he basically almost toppled over the table, diving to give me a hug. He was so excited to see me. He's so cute. I love him. Anyway, Simon Pegg. If you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, which is my number one all-time favourite movie, you're not going to beat Shaun of the Dead. In my eyes, it's got everything. Zombies, comedy, romance, and Simon Pegg, and a lot of greats from British comedy, and it's just watch it. Just watch it and then you can thank me later for that little. Next is superheroes. Number 2, superheroes. Now, this is a big fandom, superheroes. It encompasses DC, comics, Marvel. A lot of things can come into it, but when I'm talking about it, I'm talking about mainly DC and Marvel, though iZombie kind of comes into it as well. I absolutely just love superheroes in any form. I have a lot of comics. I've read everything Bucky Barnes and Steve Rogers. Apart from the newest stuff, I'm not reading Steve Rogers in Hydra. Not happening. Never. Not reading it. Sorry. No. Lost me. But yeah, Steve and Bucky are my favourite. Bucky Barnes is the reason I first started watching superhero things. I really loved Sebastian Stan in Once Upon a Time as the Mad Hatter, and I looked up everything he'd been into, watched the first Avenger, and then watched every superhero movie and started watching the TV shows, and I was just hooked. I love it. Steve and Bucky are my favourites. I love Sharon Carter. I love Ant-Man. I love Bobby Morse. I love too many characters. I can't help it. I just love them. Captain America. Number 3 is Once Upon a Time. I've already mentioned it, but Once Upon a Time is just perfection. I love the twisting up. I love fairy tales anyway, as I mentioned in my 100 Things I Love video, and if I can work out how to do it, I'll leave a little card link up above there to that video. But what I absolutely love about Once Upon a Time is just the twisting up of things, the heroes and villains. Sometimes they, you know, are confused, they're complicated people, and oh, I just love it. I love the flashbacks. My favourite character is Captain Hook. He has the most character development in my eyes. He went from being a good guy to being a guy whose circumstances made him depressed, to being evil pirate, to being a good guy, to being a hero. And we just watched the whole beautiful thing go on. I know a lot of people are upset about them rebooting it for the next season, but I'm going to be watching because I just love it, and wherever they take it I will follow. I'm kind of like that with TV shows and movies. I know a lot of people are like, I don't like that direction you're going in, and they stop watching. Once I'm in, I'm in. It's hard to lose me, although the 100 have kind of lost me, but we won't talk about that. Doctor Who is number 4. Oh, now I've not seen the older Doctor Who's, to the chagrin of a lot of my friends, but I've not seen them. I started watching when season 2 aired, I think, and I started buying the old box sets second hand. No, actually it was when season 4 was airing, and I started with season 1 of the new rebooted seasons. I didn't like season 1 Doctor. I didn't like him at all. I stayed because of Billie Piper. My favourite character is Clara. I love her. I ship Clara with Bucky Barnes. It's a whole thing. I will do a video maybe next week about my my ships that I sail, but that's my ship. I love Doctor Who. I love that it can blend so seamlessly. It's just perfection, and yeah, I love Doctor Who. A lot of people do, and it's because it's so good. If you've not watched it, just jump in. It's great. I know there's like 10 seasons now, but they're short seasons because they're English, and they're all really good. I really like it. Love it. Number 5 is Harry Potter. I'm so basic when it comes to my fandoms, really, when I think about it, but who doesn't love Harry Potter? I'll tell you who. My husband. He's a muggle. I'm a Hufflepuff. I didn't realise he was a muggle before I married him, so that's my excuse. Basically, Harry Potter came into my life really late on. I'm older than a lot of Harry Potter fans. I didn't read it when it was first out. I didn't watch the movies to begin with. And then I think a friend was just like, you would love this, watch it. So I watched the movies, and I think I just fell in love with the whole universe of these witches living in secret, and it kind of felt like, oh my goodness, this could be real. A bit like with The Borrowers when I was a kid. You seen The Borrowers? Okay. So, yeah, and then I read the books. I only read the books like last year. I know. But they're so much better than the films. They're incredible, and I just love it, and I could go on all day about Harry Potter. I went to Harry Potter tour in London. Oh, so good. I need to go back, because it's one of those places where you could go back every year and there'll be more and more things that you'll notice. It was just brilliant. I loved it so much. Yeah. Number 6 is really the first the second fandom that I really got into online. It's also the reason that I started going to conventions, and that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer and anything Joss Whedon, basically. Anything Joss Whedon. If Joss Whedon does it, I'm in. I've met Joss Whedon. He's a really nice guy. He's really shy and really sweet, like most behind the scenes people are. Buffy to me just holds such a dear place in my heart. Again, it's why I joined conventions. A lot of, like 98% of my friends are because I went to conventions. His TV series Firefly, I made some of my best friends by being a brown coat. Joss Whedon's things, just they just get into your heart and you can't get them out again. I just love them so much. That should have been higher up on the list in my opinion. But like I say, I was scrubbing things out and adding things and it took a while to get this all sorted. Number 7 is The Walking Dead. I have my Daryl Dixon shirt on. He's my favourite character in The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead I love because I love zombies, anything zombies. I started watching this again late on. I tend to not jump into things on season 1 because I hate loving things and then getting them cancelled. A lot of TV stations do not give, TV companies I should say, do not give fandom-y type shows the advertising that they need. A lot of the times I learn about things late because I never saw an advert for it, I didn't know it was out, etc, etc. And I think that's down to them. Then they cancel it saying they haven't got the people watching it. Well, you didn't advertise it, so that would be why. But Walking Dead was everywhere. It was like season 2 came out and it was like Walking Dead wall to wall everywhere, and so I started watching it and just, oh, I just love it. I love that that they've done it like it was, you know, the government were trying to do something and it didn't work, and now we've all got this thing in us that would turn us into zombies the minute we die, unless aim for the head. But yeah, Walking Dead, it's just brilliant. If you don't watch Walking Dead, you're missing out. Yeah, get watching it. What's wrong with you? Number 8 is Disney. Yeah. Disney basically own me. Disney, I think, own all my favourite cartoons. They own Marvel. They own Star Wars. There's so many things, like, I can't not like Disney, but when I think of Disney, I don't think of superheroes and things. I think of princesses, and they own Once Upon a Time as well. Yeah, I'm totally owned by them. They totally have me. I'm totally owned. I don't care. Have me, Walt Disney. You own my soul. It's just escapism to me. If I'm having a bad day with my illnesses and I'm in bed in pain, I'm probably going to be watching Tangled or Snow White or Frozen, or, do you know what I mean, just one of the many Disney movies. And I just can't tell you enough how much I love them. So yeah. Disney, what's your favourite Disney movie? Tell me. Comment down below. I'd love to know. Number 9 is Vampire Diaries. I'm a sucker for vampires. Anything from Dracula to something else vampire. I'm in. I love vampires, but Vampire Diaries is one of those fandoms that I just love. I love Elena and Damon together. I love Stefan and Caroline together. I just can't tell you. I've got the trading cards. I have replicas of the jewellery. I have so much stuff of Vampire Diaries, and I have met a lot of the cast. I've met Ian Somerhalder. I've met Paul Wesley. I've not yet met Nina, but one day, I pray, because she's one of my favourite actresses. So yeah, I just love Vampire Diaries, and I can't tell you how much. It's just too much. And then number 10 is Star Wars. Oh, Star Wars. Old, new, forwards, backwards. I love it. I've not read the books. I'm not like deep in there. I'm more into just the movies. But even just that, the universe, the characters, the everything. I named my 2 birds, Finn and Ray. I have Funko Pops. I just, Star Wars is just one of those things that I've loved since I was little. I used to pretend to be them when I was little. It was either Star Wars or Wonder Woman. Who can blame me? I've dressed up as Wonder Woman now as well. So, yeah. And that's it. That's 10. What didn't make it into the list? Oh, so many. I have a lot of fandoms. Supernatural was just edging in. Supernatural, just, oh, Orphan Black, Winona Earp, Pitch Perfect. In fact, anything Pitch Perfect-y. Glee. Dead Like Me. I'm looking at my DVDs right now and just thinking, wow, there's so many I could add to this. But there you have it. Lost Girl. I knew there was another one. I need to do like... But you'll get to know all my fandoms, the conventions I go to in future. I'll be doing videos about. What can I say? What are your favourite top 5 fandoms? Do we share any in common? What do you collect? Do you want to see a tour of my Funko Pops and things like that? I can do that. So yeah, more fandomy things coming to you every Friday from now on. So keep your peepers peeled. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.